Okay, let's start with a warm-up. We'll do eyeball stretches. You'll have 7 seconds for each picture. These girls look like twins. One little thing is different though. Do you see it? Only one of them has lovely rosy cheeks. I just love those patterns. The sets look identical, but are they really? One egg in the second picture is missing one stripe. I'm sure you noticed it. All aboard! The ship is about to depart. Can you tell what's wrong here? The dock entrance is too narrow for that size of ship, or any ship for that matter. What a gorgeous sunset! Does it all look okay to you? The colors are perfect, but the sunsets don't happen at 2 o'clock. This couple must be having a great time at the beach, except something doesn't feel right. What is it? Well, there can't be 2 moons in the sky at the same time. Would you eat these grapes, or is there some problem that you notice? That must be one exotic sort of grapes with fern leaves. It's a busy day on the road, and something went wrong here. Can you see it? Looks like there's no way for the right lane to turn. What is that sign for? There are always so many things to do at the office. No wonder things got a bit messed up. Do you see it? Don't ever plan anything for June 31st. There are just 30 days in June. Really? It is time for a mini safari. Can you find a frog in this jungle? Here it is. Someone reported an eagle in the countryside. Can you help locate it? Great job! Your friend lost her cat. Will you help her bring Mr. Mittens back home? Yay! You just saved Mr. Mittens! Someone said they saw a snake in the field. Can you find it before it gets dangerous? Well done! A little frog escaped from its aquarium. Do you see it here? Yep, it's right there. Someone's definitely having fun. Can you say how the second picture is different from the first? Easy! The sea is calling. Can you spot 5 differences between these 2 pictures? Wow, I didn't notice that cloud was there. You need a refill of vitamins to carry on. These look like 2 identical sets of fruit, but are they really? They're all the same, except for the apples. Are you ready for a hot air balloon adventure? It starts the moment you find 5 differences between 2 pictures. Perfect. Prepare for takeoff. So much yum for one picture. One of these cupcakes is not like the others. Can you spot it? That was easy. If all these artists got together, they could paint the whole world. They all look alike, except for one. There she is. Let's throw some dice. The lucky one is not like the others. Do you see it? Now the luck is all yours. 2 road trips can never be the same, even if you take one road. Find 5 proofs in the picture. The shadow one was tricky. That must be one really funny joke. Someone is LOLing and someone is ROFLing. Do you see the odd one out? It's this little guy right here. The sun's out and everyone is happy. Find 5 differences between the pictures and the good vibe is yours. It's all about the details. Looks like this isn't going as planned. Plus, there are 5 moments that are completely different in the second picture. Can you name them all? The wheels, the grass. I see. Beach time. Again, the second picture is different from the first one in 5 ways. Wow, you do need an eagle eye for this one. Time for some optical illusions. What you see at first can say a lot about your personality. What's in this one for you? If you saw 2 crocodiles first, you're always trying to keep things under control and be in charge of everything. If you noticed a bird first, you're super friendly and sociable and try to make a compromise out of any situation. This one seems too plain, but is it really? If you just see some green landscape here, you're a realistic person who tries to solve any problem rationally. If you noticed a snake, some monkeys, a crocodile, and other wildlife here, you're most likely the artsy type. You pay a lot of attention to details. What do you see here? Did you notice 2 squirrels first? You must be a great friend and can't imagine living a day without the company of others. If it's the face of a young woman to you, you never feel lonely even when you're alone and appreciate the quiet sometimes. Your 7 seconds for this picture start now. If this one is clearly men on horses to you, you're active, decisive, and won't stop when you know what you want. If it's the face of an old lady to you, you like to think twice and always consider all the possible consequences. How about this one? Do you see a room full of people? You most likely enjoy being the heart of the party. Performing on stage is no problem for you. If you see a face in the window, you feel most comfortable when you don't have any eyes on you. You'd rather help others and be genuinely happy for their success. Time for the next picture. If you just see a cow here, you're reliable, realistic, and always give every task your best. If you also see a world map, you aren't afraid to try new things and love traveling. Good luck with this one. You still have 7 seconds. If you saw a polar bear, you must have a rich imagination. You often prefer to stay in your own little dream world because it's better than reality. If you saw painted hands first, you accept things the way they are and try to take the best out of every situation. Now, give this one a close look. If it looks like a swan to you, logic is your best friend. You look at things as they are and you can solve any problem. If it's more of a squirrel, you never stop and set goal by goal. If you make mistakes, you don't let them stop you. You learn from them and go further. What about this one? If the roots caught your attention first, you most likely have a lot to say, but you only share with your nearest friends. Your alone time is also important to you. If you notice the lips first, you are easygoing and make friends quickly. You're stubborn in a good way. When you're passionate about something, nothing can stop you. If you saw the trees first, you're the person everyone comes to for advice. It takes a while for you to warm up to others, but then you stay best friends for life. Do you see what I see? If it's a dancing couple to you, you must be in a harmonious relationship, or just about to meet your special someone. You see love as an equal partnership. If it's two trees, love means overcoming obstacles to you. You don't like to rush things, and then that's good for you. If you clearly see a guy with a mustache here, you might be thinking staying alone is better for you at the moment. Take your time, discover yourself, and if it's meant to be, the situation will change. Good luck!
Ever thought your name and personality may have their own colors? Let's find out at which part of the rainbow your name feels like home. Choose your answers, track your points, and see the result at the end of the video. Question 1. Are you proud of your name, or would you rather change it? A. I wish I could get it changed. B. I'm proud of my name, it's cool. C. No one calls me by my real name anyway. D. I'm indifferent about it. Option A is worth 40 points. Variant B brings you 10 points. C adds 20 points to your basket. And option D gives you 30 points. Number 2. How many nicknames do you currently have? A. I lost count. B. I don't allow people to twist my name. C. Just one. D. My name sounds better than any nickname. If you chose option A, add 10 points to your score. Option B brings you 40 points. C adds 20 points to your account. And option D brings you 30 points. 3. Do you find other people have a hard time remembering your name? A. Nope, I'm unforgettable. B. Even my mom confuses my name. C. I don't know. D. Yes, and it bothers me. Option A brings you 20 points. Add 40 points for option B. Option C brings you 10 points. And D adds 30 points to your score. 4. What flower does your name remind you of? A. Daisies, warm and playful. B. Roses, royal and attractive. C. Lilies, beautiful and mysterious. D. Cactus, independent and defensive. Okay, add 10 points to your score for option A. Add 40 points for option B. Option C brings you 20 points. And D adds 30 points to your score. Question 5. Is your name specific to a certain gender, or is it more universal? A. It is universal. B. I don't know, it's too rare. C. I guess it depends on the country. D. It's specific to a certain gender. Option A is worth 40 points. Variant B brings you 10 points. C adds 20 points to your account. And option D brings you 30 points. 6. Is it hard for other people to pronounce your name properly? A. No, not at all. B. It's hard even for me. C. Sometimes. D. Yes, and it bothers me. Okay, variant A is worth 10 points. Option B brings you 40 points. C adds 20 points to your basket. And option D brings you 30 points. 7. Which one is longer, your first name or your last? A. Both of my names are equal in length. B. My first name. C. My last name. D. My middle name. If you chose A, add 10 points to your basket. Variant B brings you 40 points. C adds 30 points to your count. And option D brings you 20 points. 8. Do you know any celebrities who share your name? A. Yes, it's very popular. B. No, nobody else has my name. C. I'm a celebrity myself. D. Just one or two celebrities. Option A is worth 40 points. Variant B brings you 10 points. C adds 20 points to your basket. And option D brings you 30 points. 9. Would you describe your first name as more modern or vintage? A. Very modern. B. Vintage. C. Actually, it's pretty ancient. D. It sounds like both. Option A brings 30 points to your score. Variant B brings you 10 points. C adds 40 points to your count. And option D brings you 20 points. 10. Does your name have any spiritual meanings to it? A. Oh yeah, my parents did the homework. B. I'm not really sure. C. Yes, and it means a lot to me. D. I don't think my name means anything specific. Variant A brings you 40 points. Option B is worth 10 points. C adds 30 points to your basket. And option D brings you 20 points. Question 11. What music genre would you associate your name with? A. Classic music. B. Indie pop. C. Rap. D. Hard rock. Option A brings you 40 points. B adds 10 points to your score. Option C brings you 30 points. And D adds 20 points. 12. How would you feel if you met someone else with your exact first and last name? A. Oh wow, a glitch in the matrix. B. Indifferent, it's pretty common. C. Jealous. D. I would make friends with this person. If you chose variant A, add 10 points to your score. Option B is worth 20 points. C adds 30 points to your count. And option D brings you 40 points. You're doing great. Just a few more questions and you'll learn your unique color code. 13. Choose a color that you associate with your name. A. Pink. B. Blue. C. Yellow. D. Orange. Option A brings 10 points to your score. Option B is worth 40 points. C adds 20 points to your basket. If you chose option D, add 30 points. 14. What weather matches your name perfectly? A. Rainy and fresh. B. Warm and cozy. C. Cold and windy. D. Hot and sunny. Option A brings you 40 points. B adds 20 points to your score. Option C brings 30 points. And variant D is worth 10 points. 15. What element do you associate your name with? A. Fire. B. Earth. C. Water. D. Air. Option A is worth 10 points. B adds 40 points to your score. Option C brings you 20 points. And D adds 30 points. 16. What season matches your name perfectly? A. Winter. B. Fall. C. Spring. D. Summer. If you chose option A, add 10 points to your basket. B adds 30 points to your score. Option C brings you 40 points. And D adds 20 points. What food tastes like your name? A. Chocolate ice cream. B. Chicken wings. C. French bakery with coffee. D. Sushi. Option A brings you 10 points. B adds 30 points to your score. Option C brings 20 points. And D adds 40 points to your count. 18. Match your name with the most suitable landscape. A. Calm and sunny desert. B. Breathtaking mountains. C. Mysterious forest. D. White sands and blue sea. Option A brings you 30 points. If you had B, add 10 points to your basket. Option C is worth 20 points. And in case you chose option D, give yourself 40 points. 19. If your name belonged to some patron deity, what would their responsibility be? A. Love and relationships. B. Knowledge and arts. C. Warriors. D. Nature. Okay, if you got A, give yourself 30 points. Option B brings you 40 points. If you had C, add 20 points to your count. Option D is worth 10 points. 20. What personal quality is commonly associated with your name? A. Faithful and loving. B. Passionate and independent. C. Smart and self-conscious. D. Easygoing and open-minded. Option A brings you 20 points. 30 points for option B. Option C brings you 10 points. And D adds 40 points to your score. Okay, it's time to sum up all your points. If your final score is 200 to 350, your name color is red. I'm living in a material world and I'm a material girl. These song lyrics are definitely about you. You radiate health, energy, and the simple joy of just being alive. Your name says that you deeply care about your friends and family. People may perceive you as a warm and trustworthy person. Arts and science may enrich your life with new meanings. If you got 350 to 500 points, your name is golden. It says you're a passionate and charismatic leader. Your bright personality lightens up the world and brings hope to even the most hopeless of situations. People know they can rely on you, but you're picky when it comes to your boundaries and don't allow everyone to use you. That's why you may feel lonely from time to time. But what can you do? The winner stands alone. Those who scored 500 to 650 points have a blue name. Your name says you're a very intelligent, calm, and mature person. You enjoy learning new things and teaching others. Sometimes you tend to overwork and ignore your feelings, but deep inside, you stay a very romantic person with sophisticated taste and a kind heart. People respect your honesty, knowledge, and faithfulness. If you got 650 points and more, your name radiates purple vibes. Are you even from this planet? That's the question you probably heard many times. Your name says you're a very spiritual, wise, and open-minded person with unusual destiny and talent. Your life is full of paradoxes and amazing coincidences, and you probably tend to work in creative areas. You never feel alone even if you're just by yourself, because you have this mystical connection with the universe.
You wake up in a room with no windows or doors. The ceiling is extremely high, and the only way out is a closed hatch at the very top. Suddenly, the room starts filling with water. You've checked everywhere. There's no way to turn it off. You know that help is on the way, but they won't be here for at least 5 minutes. You're pretty sure the entire room will be flooded in 2. You definitely can't hold your breath for that long. You look around and find 3 objects: a straw, some rope, and a bucket. Only one of them can actually save you in this situation. Which one should you choose, and how's it going to help? You should take the bucket, flip it over, and put your head inside when the water gets to head height. You'll have your very own small air pocket to help you breathe until help arrives. Uh-oh, you're in a building that just caught on fire. You need to escape, but the fire just keeps spreading and spreading. You're feeling dizzy, and the smoke is making it hard to see. And the heat? It's insane. Suddenly, you see 3 paths that lead outside, but it's not going to be so simple. There's no fire near the first exit, but it's on the opposite side of the burning room. The second exit is right in front of you, but the upper part is completely covered in flames. The final exit is through the kitchen. There's shattered glass everywhere, but the flames are barely touching it and the door is wide open. Which exit should you take? Even though the first exit isn't on fire, an indoor blaze is totally unpredictable. Flames can pop up out of nowhere. Going through a kitchen is never a good idea in a fire. There might be exposed gas lines in there. Your best bet is to go for the closest path and crawl your way to safety. Well, you're stranded in the middle of a desert and are in desperate need of water. You crawl along trying to find any source to hydrate yourself. As nighttime rolls around, the wind gets stronger and it starts to get cold. You sit down next to a tree. How are you going to find water in the middle of a desert? Grab 2 of the largest tree branches you can find, and then rip your outer shirt and stretch it out over them, kind of like a sail. Shove the 2 branches into the sand to anchor them. The water in the atmosphere will get caught on the cloth and drip down for you to collect. Well, you're tied up on some railroad tracks and can't wriggle free. There's a train heading your way, and it doesn't look like it's stopping. Oh well, if you stretch your arms out, you can just reach a lighter, a small pocket razor, and a can of oil. Which can you use to escape? Pour the oil on the ropes holding you down. It'll act as a lubricant, and you'll be able to wriggle free. Taylor finished another awesome ice fishing session. He packed up his gear and walked back home with his dinner. Halfway back to the car, he realized he was being followed by a hungry cougar. It started chasing him. Taylor was so close to his car, but the cougar was gaining on him. What should he do? He should fling the fish to the side to distract the cougar. Then he should ditch all his gear. It's just slowing him down. That way, he's got a chance of making it to the car before he turns into cougar chow. Well, you find yourself in a pitch-black room. The room is huge and there are many hallways and corridors leading to unknown places. You need to find your way out before the room starts heating up like an oven. You only have 2 minutes. You can feel some pipes on the wall but nothing else. How can you save yourself? When the pipes start heating up, they'll probably turn red. It'll already be super hot by then, but you'll have just enough time to figure out the layout of the room and find a way to escape. Angela decided to go for a nice walk in the forest. About an hour in, she tripped and spilled all her water. No problem. Right in front of her was a tiny lake, and close by a small stream and a cactus. Which one should you use to get herself a refreshing drink of water? She should head for the stream. That lake isn't moving. That means it probably has bacteria living in it. And a single cactus won't have enough water to quench your thirst. Even though the stream is pretty small, moving water is almost always the safest option. What are those things? Oh, paw prints. Those are bear tracks heading to the forest, a wolf print coming out of the forest, and some elk prints heading toward a lake. Well, what's the best place to go if you're not into the whole being eaten thing? Think fast. The bear going into the forest probably scared that large dog off. Oh, you thought those were wolf prints? Not likely. Wolves mostly travel in packs. The bear is most likely chasing the elk, so they'll both end up at the lake. That means the forest's safe for now. You're stuck in a well in a small village, and the water's already up to your knees. There's a rope leading to the mouth of the well, but it's definitely not strong enough to hold you. You look around and find a bucket, some clothing, and a lighter. How do you escape? Shove the clothes in the bucket, tie the bucket to the rope, and light the clothes on fire. Then quickly hoist the bucket up. Chances are, in such a small village, someone will see the smoke and run over to help you. Kate finished her morning hike and decided it was time to go home. She saw a vintage Jeep parked by the hiking path. While she was admiring it, a huge grizzly appeared in front of her. The bear didn't seem that interested in her, for now, but that could change any second. There was a large screwdriver on the floor by the Jeep. What can she do to make sure the bear won't be interested in her? She can puncture the gas tank with the screwdriver and douse herself in gasoline. That way, the bear wouldn't be so interested in her scent. Eric was out camping and he needed some light to see in the dark. He reached into his tent, but his flashlight wasn't working for some reason, and his phone only had 10% battery. He looked around and saw a bottle of water, an empty sandwich bag, his hiking boots, and a pillow. What can he do to make more light? He can take his phone and put it right next to the water bottle. The water inside the bottle will diffuse the light, making it much brighter. Adrian and Jack went rock climbing all day, then realized it was time to head home. After a long walk through the woods trying to get to their car, they realized they were totally lost. They'd never been in these woods before. They didn't have a clue what to do. What's worse, Jack collapsed from exhaustion and couldn't take another step. Adrian tried to lift him up, but Jack was too heavy. Night was approaching. He tried to call for help, but neither phone had any signal. His only choice was to venture out and seek help. He checked both gear bags and found a small pick hammer, some ropes, some sturdy locks, and a harness. What should he do? Adrian should put on the harness and tie all the ropes together to make one huge long one. Then he should tie one end to Jack and one end to his harness. That way, if he got lost in the woods, he'd be able to find his way back to Jack. That's one long rope. Nora's family was out for the day, and she was going to surprise them all with a triple chocolate raspberry cake. Right after plugging in her mixer, she heard a small pop, a fizz, then the electricity shorted out, and her precious mixer broke out in flames. Her phone was in the other room. Quick, help her. She's got to stop the flames from getting worse while she sprints over to get her phone and call for help. What should she do? She could take some flour and dump it all over the mixer. It'll tame the fire and buy her enough time to call for help. Roy went out for a small walk in the forest right behind his house. He was having a great time, chucking stones at trees and thump. He launched the stone right into a beehive. A swarm of bees flew out and started chasing him. His house was pretty far away by this point, and there were tons of bushes and shrubs in his way. There was a huge open field in front of him with a deep lake in the middle. Where should he go to escape the angry bees? Jumping into the water to escape from a swarm of bees doesn't work. They'll just wait right above you and sting you when you resurface to breathe. The trick is to run as far away as you can, head for the house, and shut the door, Roy.